Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Civil Textures. My name is Ferdi, and in this video we're gonna show you how to create a surface profile and the vertical profile for the road. This video is part 2 of a hopefully 5-video series on how to design a road in Civil 3D. This is like a beginner's tutorial, so we're not gonna cover everything in too much depth. It's just so it can get you started. If you have not watched part 1, I'll leave a link in the description or the card over the top. Click on it, watch it, and there is a file so you can follow along. Without further ado, let's begin. Now that we have our alignments, so road 1 and road 2, what we want to do is we basically want to tell Civil 3D is like, hey, this road will go that much up, that much down, and hence the vertical profile. So we've got horizontal, which is on plan, and vertical on section. To create your surface profile, we're gonna go to Home, Profile, Create Surface Profile. Now you can see we have the alignment option, and we're gonna select road 1, or you can even select using the object. So we can click on it. You can see alignment and picks it up. Then we have the station, so basically where we wanna start the profile from and where to end. It gives us the alignment start and end, but we can change that if we want. In our case, we're gonna keep it the same. And then we've got some surfaces that they're loaded in the Civil 3D that we will need to use so we can create our profile. In our case, it will be the existing. So we're gonna hit add. And you can see we've got some profile list, description, types, existing, offset, all these parameters. And in the style, you can change it. And I have predefined some styles and I did existing ground. I'm gonna hit OK. And then I'm gonna click on draw in profile view. Now, these are basically your options for creating the profile. Our alignment is road 1. The name would be road 1 long section. The profile view style, we've got 5x, 10x, natural scale. In my case, I'm gonna do 5x. And we've got which layer it's gonna be. And then we've got the station range. We've got the profile view height. So basically, if we don't want it to be 67, we can specify what it needs to be. We've got the profile display options. So basically that's the options that you saw before we click draw profile. Then we've got the data bands. Now the data bands, I would recommend to spend some time to create the ones that you need if you don't have them. I already have predefined them. The only one I need to add, I believe, is the vertical geometry, which I'll add later on to show you how to do that. The profile hatch options, that's if you want to show cut and fill areas. In my case, it does not apply. So I'm going to hit create profile view. I'm gonna select somewhere to put it. I'm gonna put it right here. So you can see we've got our profile and we've got the horizontal geometry of road 1. So you can see we've got a length, we've got the radius of 30, which we had in the previous tutorial, another straight or tangent, and then radius of 50 and another tangent. So this is basically the existing surface along the road 1 alignment. We wanna create a vertical alignment or vertical profile for road 1 alignment. To do that, we're gonna go to profile creation tools, and we're gonna select the profile we wanna select. So it's this one, and we're gonna call it vertical profile road 1. Now, it's a similar window to the horizontal alignment or the alignment window because they're pretty much the same commands, straight and tangents and curves. So we've got the styles and the label set and the design criteria. Now in the design criteria, we did not cover it in part 1, but I will touch slightly on them later on this video. But basically all you need to know is that these are a set of criteria that check your design if it's up to what you want it to be. So in my case, I'm just gonna hit OK. A similar window to the alignment creation tools will appear, but this one is for profiles. And again, you have the draw tangents, which is just straights, tangents with curves, and then you can define the curve settings. So you can say, you know what, I want the K value to be 4 or 5, or I just wanted to do it based on length. So you have these options to play with. Then you can insert PI, delete PI, and then move it. And then you've got the straight lines, like different ways to create a straight line or tangent. Different ways to create a curve. This one is to convert AutoCAD lines and splines into a vertical profile. So if you drew it by hand, you can convert that using that. This is to insert the point of vertical intersection through a table. This is how you can raise or lower. This is to copy profile. we cannot cover all of them in like a 10-minute video. So we'll just cover the ones you need to get you started. So I'm just going to go with draw tangents. So basically I'm just drawing straight lines. I'm just going to click on it and you can see it's asking me where to start from. I want to start from like tying it into the ground. And then I'm just going to slightly follow the profile. Sometimes you want to be above the ground because you want to, allow for some construction buildup because you're not going to go all the way down. And then right click to finish. You can see it adds me the gradients 0.83, -7, and 2.71. 0.83 is slightly too flat for me, so I want to fix that. So we've got a few options to do that. You select the profile, and with the grips, we can raise or lower. In my case, I want to raise it. But I want to get it to 1%. So to get it exactly, I can click on the green circle or the profile grid view. And then you can see here, grayed out is this one, 1.37. I want to change it to 1. And then let's say I want this one to be a nice round number, the next one. I'll do it -2. And then the last one, it can be what it needs to be because I want it to tie back to the ground. So now we've got PVI1 and PVI2, which we need to add some curves. It's the same principle as with the alignments. We're just going to go to our curves, 3 vertical curve parabola. We're going to select the first one based on how we drew it and the second one. And you can see it's asking us curve length or radius or pass through or K value. I want to start with my K value. I'm going to do a K value of 4. And then I'm going to move to the next one again. I'm going to select the first entity and last entity, and I want to add a K value of 4. A K value of minimum 4, or the length in some highway authorities, they say 20 meters, like the length. So I want to check that. So let's go to the settings, and in the profiles, in the design checks, in the curve, I'm going to create a new check. So I'm going to right click, new. In here, I'm just going to say curve length less than, let's say 25. So basically we're naming the error that will be. You can add some description. The expression is basically, if you've done some coding or QGIS, it's very simple and straightforward. So I'm going to click on this button here. So I want the curve length, so profile curve length, to be more than 25. So more than 25, or actually more than equal 25. And that's it. Profile curve more than equal 25. And I hit OK. After I've done my curve length, I can create a new design check. And I'm going to add a curve check. And I'm going to see curve length less than 25. And I hit add. And this one, I'm going to name it, for example, I'm in Birmingham, call it BCC criteria. And hit OK. When I go and select my profile and go to profile properties, and in the design criteria, I'm going to tick use criteria based design. And then I'm going to go down here and select BCC criteria, hit apply and OK. As you can see, we have some exclamation points. Is because our length is less. So let's bring our grid view table. You can see we have this error message here. And if I hover it, design check violated, curve length is less than 25. So you can see it's 12. So if I change it to 25, the exclamation point disappeared. And if I do the same here, change it to 25, disappear. So you can create multiple criteria checks, and then you can have the, based on the curve or the line, and then you can have a design check that you can add all of them together. For example, I want to add the curve one, and there is like cap 168, desirable minimum crest K value. So you can have all these checks as well, if that makes sense to you. So this is the criteria set, and I've created my profile, and basically I'm done. Now we've designed our profile. However, we're missing the vertical geometry in the profile view. I'm going to select the profile, go to profile view properties at the tab, or right click profile view properties. Now in the band type, I want to add the vertical geometry. So I'm going to go band type, vertical geometry. I've got the band style, and I'm just going to do VA geometry. I'm going to hit add. I'm going to hit apply. and you can see that it applied it, but you can see there is a gap and these do not match with my vertical profile. So let's see how we can fix it. So the gap is under the gap column. So I'm going to turn it to 0. If I hit apply, you can see it disappeared. And then if I keep going, scrolling further, you can see that the profile that's picking is the existing surface. I want to switch it to VP1 and hit apply. And you can see now I've got my tangent, my curve, tangent again. I'm going to hit OK. So now you can see that we have all our labels all set up correctly. And now let's do the same thing for road 2. So we're going to go to profile, create surface profile. We're going to do road 2 and you can see there is no profile list here. If you go back to road 1, you can see we have these. And we're going to do road 2, it doesn't have anything. So let's add the existing ground profile, drawing profile view. Make sure all the settings are the ones that you want. In my case, they're all, I'm happy with them. Create profile. Just going to go from there down here. And I'm going to draw my vertical profile for road 2. Since it's going to be a junction, I want to draw roughly where this will sit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my alignment, add to label. I'm going to add a station offset right here, and it's on chain edge 32.47. So I don't need this more. 32.47. Let's not forget that number. I'm gonna go select the profile. I'm gonna go to add view labels, station elevation. I'm gonna select the profile view, this one. I'm gonna type the station 32.472. And then I'm gonna just snap right where the road is. So right. So it's roughly level 71.42. So I need to draw my vertical profile for road 2, starting from 71.42. So let's go and do that. Profile creation tools, select our profile. Let's call it vertical profile road 2. Again, I'm happy with everything. I'm gonna hit OK. And then I'm just going to draw a straight line between 2 points. And then I'm going to just snap from the start to finish and hit enter. And then all I'm going to do is just go to the grid view and just type 71.42. Now the alignment is less than 1 in 21 in terms of slope. So I'm happy with that. However, I need to fix my vertical data band. So I'm just going to select the profile. Right click, profile view properties. I'm gonna add the vertical geometry based on the band style that you want. Hit add. Make sure that your properties in the columns are exactly how you need them. Don't forget to set the profile to the correct one. So VP row 2. Apply and OK. And you can see we've got our gradient here as well. And yeah, that's how you create a profile. So we're going to stop this tutorial here because we don't want to make them too long. We want to make them short and sweet and enough to get you started in designing roads. As you know, Civil 3D is a very powerful tool and we cannot cover everything within 10 minutes. And I like making my videos short so you can watch them quickly and get back to work. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at the assemblies and how to create the corridor and the profile for the road. And if we have time, I'm going to show you also how to put it in the profile so you can snap the vertical profile of road 2 where road 1 is. So basically what you will have, you will see road 1's carriageway, something like this, and we will have to move this alignment to snap exactly where this would be. So hit the subscribe button so you can stay notified when I upload the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.